Hello and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we're pleased to bring you another Linked to the Past Randomizer Crossworld Keysanity Tournament Qualification race. It is race number 9, so we are just beyond the halfway point. And I am joined today on commentary by DH, I believe it's DH Stom and
Correct.
Nika. And how are you doing today?
Oh, doing great. Cannot wait. This looks like an exciting race we've got here. We've got 24 of the best Zelda speedrunners in the world. And featured today, we have Tex Human and Pika Pals. This should be exciting. How are you doing tonight, Nika?
I'm doing very well, thank you very much.
Okay. And we should be off in just about a minute and a half, and I will leave you to it. So thank you very much.
Awesome. So, I gotta ask, Nika, is there anything in particular you would like to see today with this seed?
Something required on the pedestal.
You know, that's a bit more of a rare thing in Crossworld Keysanity sometimes, but I am right there with you. I would love to see that. You know, it's one of the crazy things about the entrances is that sometimes it takes away some of those required items. Like sometimes you don't need mitts. I would love to make sure that, you know, mitts are required to seed as well. And maybe, just maybe, we can get a little bit of a trollier location than we've seen in some of our past qualifying races for where that moon pearl is. I think we've been too friendly lately.
Maybe that's where it's going to be, on the pedestal.
That would be quite the pedestal item. All right, so it should be starting in about 10 seconds here. And let's see what this seed has in store for us. All right, we got immediate divergence. Just a big 20 in the sanctuary. And a starting mushroom in Link's house. Tech's getting our first key, small key to Turtle Rock. So getting that key to Turtle Rock, it's always interesting in entrance because Turtle Rock has so many entrances to it. You never know which entrance you're going to come across, but you usually find one pretty quickly. And Tech's finding the Dev Cave, no real hint for him there. Okay, so we have Uncle at the Lost Woods drop. Meanwhile, Pika has started the exploration of Kakariko Village. Finds that blacksmith. There's just a lot of doors here in Kakariko. You never know what you're going to find here. And Lumberjack's house is a shop. He got bombs from the tree today. That's going to be a nice savings. And Pika Pals has found Desert Palace. All right, so Chex is going to continue on exploring. Gonna check out. We have found there's a key at Lumberjack, which is over on there. And unfortunately, Nika is having a little bit of a technical issue, so hopefully she'll be back with us in just a second. Until then, bear with. And small key to Thieves Town. So Chex will be able to immediately open up that if he finds a hammer.
Just think it's worth noting how beautiful Pika's bunny sprite is.
Oh yes. Bidoof! This is not really a downgrade, is it?
It's more like an upgrade if you ask me.
Wow. Yeah. Alright, so Chex finds himself in Paradox. Quite the find. 7 items here. Gonna be a nice haul. Whereas Pika Pals is on Death Mountain. Or was on Death Mountain and is now gone splat. Compass the Thieves Town and some bombs. Key to Hyrule Castle and the cape. Okay. So we find our way up to the top floor of Hyrule Castle. We can go through that barrier, and of course that's not at all likely where Hyrule Castle inside is likely to be.
Speaking of Hyrule Castle, on the back, Pika found a red ruby, the map to Hyrule Castle, and the compass of Ganon's tower.
Alright, so not really a whole lot being found right now, early on. And
Top of Paradox Cave, top of cave leading to Darkworld Death Mountain on the right side, but the safety exit to the rock.
Yep, so not much you can do there, and Chex went ahead and saved and quit, and is going to grab that mushroom. Now Pika is now exploring the Lost Woods, so both of our racers are already kind of checking what the others have checked. And Chex finds out that Sahas's house just goes through the library. It's not an overly useful connector there. Pika finding Big 20. Not too exciting right now. And a piece of heart on Uncle, which Chex had already found. Yeah. So it should be noted that Death Mountain, I believe they did not complete their exploration of Kakariko Village at that point. They went ahead and followed the path.
Chex finding Desert Palace. Let's see
Yeah.
what they're gonna get from this. Hopefully they can actually explore Death Mountain this time.
Indeed. We'll see. I think Desert Palace this early is really handy just for the connectors. That's typically like what you want to take advantage of. Sees a full heart up on the torch. Pika has found Sahas, and that's going to be Ice Palace for our green pendant today.
Oh!
My goodness.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Speaking of Ice Palace,
Yeah, big key to Ice Palace along with the big key to Pod. Oh, that is hilarious. I just realized where Sahas is. Sahas is in his house.
And another big key too.
Okay,
Turtle Rock.
Ooh. So we're starting to find some things now, and it's looking like we might be hopefully find some dungeons. There's the Hyrule Castle. I believe that was the west or. Oh no,
Ganon
wait,
just
that's Ganon.
Ganon just casually living in living in Kakariko with everyone else.
Yeah, that's where everybody's at. Yes, I don't want to have to walk too far to the store. Let's see here. And Chex has found Super Bunny Cave.
Unfortunately, there was nothing of interest in there.
Well, besides the full magic. Oh, and here we have the back of Skull Woods. So that's going to get us one treasure chest. Unfortunately, with no sword, can't really go much further. Oh my goodness, Pika Pals has found the boots. Pegasus boots.
And Chex has found Hype Cave with a key to the Dark Palace, piece of heart, another piece of heart, and 10 arrows. But now Pika can also check the Bonk Rocks below Death Mountain.
Yes.
Oh, Kakariko Well at the blacksmith.
Is actually still in Kakariko. Just moved to the east side. And we have Graveyard Ledge in the blacksmith's set, but it's only just 10 arrows. So one of the things that's challenging when you start running this mode, if you've been playing, regular randomizer or vanilla or anything like that, is that there's a lot of entrances that you just don't ever think about, and you need to know where they are, because one forgotten entrance can spell doom for you in this mode. So it's always weird for me sometimes looking and be like, why is he going over there? Oh, that's right. There's a door. Pika has found Mini Moldorm Cave and is using B strats. I highly approve. Would you consider this a Pokemon double battle? Pikachu and a Beedrill?
I'm thinking more along the lines of Combi.
Oh.
Oh, their first sword! Great!
That
and a small key to GT.
There we go.
Finally going to see the bottom entrance of Paradox Cave, and it leads to top of Hyrule Castle.
And they have the cave.
Yeah, so they can just finish this off in one blow.
Absolutely.
Ooh!
Well, it's only 10 arrows on the other side, but that's a connector. Let's find out. Oh, it's a dark cave. Is that? That might be Old Man Cave, though. And Chex.
I think it is.
Yeah, Chex is doing the new vogue that a lot of people have been doing, using bombs in order to help track since they don't have a sword yet. Unlike Pika Pals, who's going through Spiral Cave with boots and a sword, which is the only way to really go through Spiral Cave.
And the flute is on top of Death Mountain.
Yes. So they're going to need a mirror to get that. Yeah. And the Old Man's Cave is Hyrule Castle. It's not a bad place to live. Kind of an upgrade from vanilla.
The old man's secretly been royalty this entire time. He's never told us.
Oh
the vanilla exits. Here we go.
Yeah, my goodness. Now there's not a whole lot you can do here yet. Checking that torch, but you don't have hammer. You can't get through this room, but he's going to steal the key. And you don't have Cane of Samari. You can't go east. They don't have the big key yet. They can't go up. They don't have the bow yet either. But they've got the Room of Hope. There was no text there. That was the big key for Ganon's tower.
Unfortunately, since they don't have the bow, they can't really go up it either.
Nope, but you gotta think that this is gonna play in sooner rather than later. Now, another thing, Chex is gonna keep on checking the west side of Death Mountain here. But another thing that you learn pretty quickly in this mode is to go ahead and save and quit. Sorry, interrupting myself. We have a hammer.
Now, if Chex gets Pegasus, then he can check the four chests in GT.
Yeah, that west side becomes far more in logic at that point. He can go pretty deep. So the thing I was saying before I was politely interrupted by that hammer find, which is pretty momentous, is another access point that a lot of people don't realize early on is saving and quitting once you get the old man. I had a seed a couple of weeks ago where I could not figure out how to get to Dark World, and it ends up that my logical access was through saving and quitting after I'd saved the old man. And it took me to Dark Death Mountain, and that's where my progression was. So the logic can be very tricky sometimes about those types of things in cross keys. So we're in a position now where, Chex is going to dive the back of, that Hyrule Castle basement. But Pika Pals is probably not terribly far off from finding the old man cave, I don't think. And with those boots in hand, getting that hammer, you got to think that Pika might take a much bigger dive into GT at that point. Of course, I also could just be misremembering already about exactly where Pika is right now, so...
Bottom of Paradox Caves takes them to Hyrule Castle roof, and the central room, which requires the cave, which Pika has, requires it, so they can do it.
Excellent. Okay, good. You have a memory. I have the memory of a goldfish, so I'm going to rely on you. It's going to be fun. And fortunately, Pika does have that. He's probably going to curse himself. Well, no, he went out right away. Because since that is the old man cave, it does start immediately with a drop. But Pika didn't go far enough in to actually drop. And Chex finds just a GT map in the basement.
Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah. Pika Pals is not going through the old man cave, is instead taking that drop.
There's not really much you can check in Village Outcast, is there?
Well, you can go into some doors, and if you find a dungeon or something like that, you have the possibility of, killing yourself.
Body revival, I think it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And if he does that, he can then leave and stay in Link form. Well, that mushroom finally got paid off, and it's only a big 20. And apparently, Pika Pals picked up a pot of potion. Say that 5 times. But also picked up a bottle along the way. I missed that one.
Ooh, Chex found the big key at Eastern Palace.
Oh my goodness, the keys are starting to flow in. And we really haven't actually found that many dungeons yet. And we certainly haven't found a ton of small keys yet, but we're going to be able to do some damage to some of these dungeons whenever the time comes. Fred, did you see that? Chex Human just left the inside of Hyrule Castle's middle door. And where did he come out? The main
Vanilla.
entrance of High Castle. Yup.
Is this even entrance rando at this rate?
No, just restart the seed.
Actually, let's see. Oh, okay. For some reason, I was expecting Pika to get, like, absolutely ambushed by those, pterodactyls.
No, unfortunately, while they terrorize us mere mortals, these guys have some uncanny ability. I think actually Bidoof might have used agility, or maybe double team, something like that, and confused them in some way. So they just, yeah.
Did we not see what's on that ledge there? I mean, we just saw it was a red ruby just now, but did Pika check it?
I don't know if Pika checked that. But yeah, both of our players have no Moon Pearl, no Mirror, and they're wandering around the Dark World in their bunny-esque forms. So, this could logically lead to an entrance that you need. But it might also be more of a fact-finding mission at this point. Chex is actually went to the right place. Remembered, of course, that Skull Woods is Skull Woods. They mix up some of the entrances, but they don't actually randomize that location just because of how complicated it is. And has taken advantage of Bunny Revive and is back in Link form.
Meanwhile, Pika just found the back entrance to Desert Palace in Dark World Link's house. House.
Yeah.
Bomb shop. Whatever it's called.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that is not one of the dungeons where we have a big key at this point, nor do we have a fire source, and obviously we still don't have Pearl. So the house south of there ends up being Spike Cave. And I'm a little confused.
Chex getting the old. I think he's trying to get into that room, but I think the Gibdo keeps blocking him. Oh!
I think he did it on purpose because that room is just healing at that point. But I could be wrong.
Judging by his face, he was not very pleased about that.
No, I guess you're right. Oh, the magic refill. That makes sense. All right. Pika is taking advantage, finds the bomb shop in Light World for the Super Bomb. And we're going to need Turtle Rock and Thieves Town. Those are both red crystals. So that's interesting information. We already have keys and big key for Turtle Rock, and along with the small key for Thieves Town. And that tells us that we're going to have to beat Trinex.
Pika found Batcave, but that is at Hyrule Castle Sewers area, but they don't have magic power, so they can't really do anything.
Yep, and they've already turned in their mushroom, but they also don't have Kano Samaria, so can't even fake powder it right now.
Pika's probably laughing their head off right now, because they found vanilla entrance.
Yep.
As you were saying, sorry before I so rudely interrupted you.
Oh, don't worry about it. We're gonna stuff. How this goes. Live firing. And it looks like Chex has not gonna quit, is gonna leave Skull Woods in Link 4 or not.
I think what he's gonna do is he's gonna Okay, never mind. I was expecting him to look for the drop that sends you into that room. That was just south of where he was.
Indeed. So Pika kind of left a magic refill, but this room stays spawned, so he's able to grab it. Is going to be somewhat disappointed in what he finds down here in the basement. Meanwhile, Chex has found himself in the mire area. And finds the C-shaped house, or as I like to call it, the Dino Head house. But unfortunately cannot claim that treasure in bunny form. And Chex is trying to pull off a bunny glitch. So that he can explore this cave a little bit more and get its treasures. Oh, because this is the dam. Okay. And I don't think you can push those blocks in bunny form. And Chex is giving up. Meanwhile, it looks like Pika is finally actually taking that connector and it's going to get the old man.
Nope.
Oh, that's not that
Pika,
one?
they're in the basement of Hyrule Castle. I'm listening to the music, so...
Okay, yeah, and that was where the big key for Eastern was, that Chex picked up earlier.
Hopefully Pika eventually does check Old Man Cave, though.
Yep. It's technically not in logic yet, but still, who cares in this environment? Chex is going to find Ganon. Fortunately, not the hard way. And Pika is going on. Has found the entrance to Turtle Rock. Can't get far in that, but that's something to note. Meanwhile, Chex finds the big key. We had already seen that earlier. Pika is not going to take the time to go all the way around to the Light World shopping mall. Not quite yet. Oh, wow. Found Waterfall Cave, and it had flippers. Not something you see normally in Randomizer, but that's the fun of entrance.
Chex finally checking Sahasrah's house to meet with Sahasrah and get 2 big keys.
Indeed. 2 big keys to dungeons we have yet to find. And Pika has decided to go over to the desert and find Swamp Palace at Agana Cave. So that's fun because Chex found the dam already in Mire area. We just could not pull off the trick in order to trigger that. And then Pika actually has the flippers, could have actually explored a little bit of that. Not terribly far.
Chex finding Pegasus, so now they can go back to GT eventually and check the west side and get those 4 chests.
And Pika has found that connector up to the top of Bumper Cave. And it's just going to come over here and check stuff that Pika Pals has already checked. And Pika Pals is about to enter Ganon's tower. And is going to be amazed at this room of hope and what he finds there. Right away, boom. So whoever had chest number 1, congratulations, you win today's prize.
Checks in Kakariko well, and they found the big key, Skullwoods,
Oh, goodness.
map of Maya and the in a heart container. Heart, yeah,
Yep.
heart container. That's it.
Yep. Pika goes ahead and picks up that cane of Berna that was sitting on the torch, and then Death warps out. But you got to imagine, in just a minute, Pika is going to find that hammer right up here and might just turn right back around. I suppose that's correct. Apologize, chat. Chex did see it first, and actually checked torch first, so that was technically chest number 3. So for all the fictional people that didn't really play that game, I apologize. It was 3 that won, not 1. And Chex is remembering that this shed down here can be something. Any entrance can be something, but it's just a shop today. Did Pika miss the hammer? Did he go somewhere else? No, he has the hammer.
Yeah, he got it. He's just checking every other entrance. I assume. Plus, it's pretty easy. Plus, it's pretty easy to get back here since it's a connector from Hyrule Castle.
Oh, right. Oh, he didn't get the old man, so he's going in reverse. Okay. That makes sense.
Chex can finally be relieved now that they have a sword.
Indeed. Might be wondering about the fact that Motula is now in logic.
Are they? Because there's that one... No, they're not, because... Byrod.
Oh, you're right. No.
Unless they want to, like, long jump across that gap, which I'm not even sure if it's possible in the first place.
Well, they don't have a fire source at all, so they can't get through that room. So I was incorrect. Trust me, it won't be the last time. Thank you for calling me out. Woo! Or, thank you, chat. Everybody, keep us straight. Well, you know. So Chex actually did not go back. No. Oh, Chex has not yet gone back. But Pika has stayed in the area. And, yep, is going back to GD right away.
Just imagine they found, like, Keysanity, so then they have Keysanity and Fire Source, so they have access to the other side.
Yeah, that would be amazing. And then on the other side, they find a bow, so then they have access to go up. Well, how about another big key? Thieves Town.
Oh my goodness!
Wow. Okay, you called it. That is impressive and makes me a little nervous. But oh my goodness.
Looks like Pika's gonna grow its secret to make the rest.
Yeah. A big 20 there. Meanwhile, Chex is in a dark cave doing things, and it's not nearly as exciting. Comes out just by Eastern Palace area, which I don't think we really explored this area much, so that's kind of new. and finds the thieves' hideout. So this is 5 more chests. So new information on, and there is our moon pearl. So that solves a lot of problems. Meanwhile, Pika finds a key to GT.
As does Chet. All right, now let's see like how high this one can really get.
Okay. Oh my God! What did you do? Who
Oh
are
my
you?
goodness!
Wow. Wow. Okay, so what's going to happen next? You clearly have a script. How about Chex finds the back of Turtle Rock? Which is hilarious because Pika just literally found 1/2 of the solution to try next. Are we going to find the ice rod back here? Let's see if I can do it. And that's a TR key. I do not have the power.
Honestly, I think Pika's gonna go for and just do like a really slow yeah, so he's doing a really slow armor.
Well, he's got a hammer. There's slower ways to do it. I've seen logically required boomerang ice armos. That was not fun, but at the same time fun. Oh, he's going to actually take advantage of that cane of Burna. Wow, Chex found another entrance to Turtle Rock and took advantage of having those boots to cheat over to this middle area.
Oh, this is a really good strat, actually.
Yep, that is brilliant. Far more effective than an electric rat with a butter knife, as we see.
You could say it's super effective.
I would say this is not very effective so far.
Well, they're doing their best with their limited resources.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I don't blame them for their plays whatsoever. Chex Human goes ahead and opens that door, but is rewarded only with a big 20. But, you've got so many keys to Turtle Rock, you can't blame Chex for exploring a bit more. Little does he know that the solution to solving most of the rest of Turtle Rock is over here in Ganon's Tower.
Also, on another note, this means that Pika can finish backside of GT. Backside of Skull Woods.
Skull Woods, yes. Yes. Now it's actually in logic. Before I got overexcited about it. And Check's trying to pull off this bomb jump in order to get across to that big chest and explore more Turtle Rock. Desert Palace small key. So that is something we can get now too. So I'm a little confused. I don't know if Pika just doesn't have enough magic to initiate the cake, because he can grab the wall. Might also just be putting a show on for us.
I think the second that Pika activates a cape, that they'll immediately run out.
Wasn't sure if there was going to be enough time to grab the ledge or not.
Well, now they have more than enough magic anyway.
Oh, sure. Yeah. But you need it to light this room and get through. So are we going to find a bow? What does your crystal ball tell you?
Another big key.
Okay. And Chex finally finds the waterfall cave and gets those flippers.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah. That's not bad. You know, Bombos and Master Sword.
That means Pika can now beat Ganon. Kind of.
Kind of.
They only need 7 crystals, you know.
You know, in Agate.
Oh, and beat GT, I think, actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the hunt continues. We still are not quite to go mode, but it's also of note that Mire entrance does require Bombos, which Pika Pal's just picked up in GT right side. But Pika does not yet have that Moon Pearl that Chex found earlier. So each of our players has definitive pieces of the puzzle that the other needs. I don't think. I think that we've had quite a few map pickups. I don't think that either of our players. And another map pickup right there. I don't think we've had a map check yet, have we?
I don't think we have. Pika's about to get their Moon Pearl now.
Yes, Pika is going to be very happy. See? Very happy. That tail wiggled a little bit extra.
They're probably going to book it right back to the mine.
Meanwhile, Chex is opening up the dam. And is probably going to go back in here and get that chest. And then... I don't remember if it was Chex or Pika that found Swamp Cave. I think
It was Pika. It was on the Swamp. You mean Swamp Palace?
Swamp Palace, yes. Because
Yeah,
it was in Agnes Cave.
Agena Cave.
Yeah. Him too. And meanwhile, Pika has found the back of Turtle Rock. And unlike Chex, Pika actually has the Cane of Samaria. And Pika going for a ride in feels like Space Mountain to me. It's a platform on a roller coaster in the dark, and it's overhyped. Makes it through pretty quickly. And
what?
Are you a fan of Space Mountain?
I've never been.
Okay, then what was the what?
Actually, I'm not even sure if we have it here. Really doubt it. Anyway, Eastern Palace. I don't think checked Eastern, did they? Oh, okay.
Okay. And we have Thieves Town.
Where was the big key to Turtle Rock?
The big key to Turtle Rock? We found that really early.
Yeah. Pika has it, but they just didn't check it. Check the chest.
They didn't check the chest. Oh wow. Okay, I didn't notice that. That's not great. I don't remember if there was anything of note in there. Because Chex definitely got that. And Chex is going to be able to completely clear out this Thieves' Town. Has the key, has the hammer. Of course, does not have any more hearts. That kind of hinders things a bit. Oh, you know what? I'm incorrect. Chex does not have the big key. Pekapow's does. So that was it for there.
I'm confused as to why Pika didn't go all the way though, because they could have gotten those they could have gotten 3 items from the front end.
That is confusing, because they have Canis Maria, they have Fire Rod, and I think they still had a key left even.
Yeah.
And now Pekapow's has found Thieves' Town, and Pekapow's will definitely be able to clear this. Has all the keys and the hammer. And I think at, sometime in the next 5 to 10 minutes, we will finally have our first dungeon clear.
Not just that, but now Pika can also clear Maya.
That's true. And we know this is a crystal because it's required for Pyramid Fairy. Oh, wow. Did you see that?
Yep, I saw it.
That was the Swamp Palace small key at Zora. So, 500 rupees actually well spent for once.
Yeah, I'm sick of getting scammed as well.
The Zora Mafia, not very friendly to most of us, but every once in a while it comes through. Granted, 500 rupees for a small key. That's kind of a rip-off, but we got lucky this time.
Looks like Chex is making his way to GT.
Yes, and that is going to be... Oh, no, actually drops off.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But there's a lot of entrances down here to explore. Village of Outcasts, Dark Sanctuary, things like that. So, gonna do a lot more exploration.
Oh, he can also check the dark potion shop because he has flippers.
Yes, he can. Can eventually make his way over to the entire dark shopping mall. Yep, a lot open to checks right now. Does not know that the best play is going to be getting back to that Ganon's tower. But could still find a lot of useful things along the way. We still have a lot of dungeons we haven't found.
There's Quake.
Yeah, Quake in the big chest of Thieves' Town. Yep.
Oh, Chex is to make... Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say something in chat, but go ahead.
Yeah, Ganon's tower is in Kakariko well.
Yep.
But yeah, Chex checking the Agnes Cave for 300 rupees.
Stealing his life savings. That's a little rush. That's harsh. And Pika, fighting blind, has switched to hammer, although he has master sword. They do the same damage. The thing I find the most confusing is why not change to the cane of Burna, the most powerful thing. And that's because Pika Pals is a pro, doesn't need that. And we have our first crystal.
And the small key to the Tower of Hera, if there's anything in Hera basements.
Ah, nice. Yeah,
If Hera
already
is
at the
found now,
party.
they... Oh,
How about-
hello! Dark
Hello,
Palace.
Yes, the Palace of Darkness has been found. And we have 4 small keys plus the big key, which is a pretty clear indicator that you're gonna want to go through here.
Also, I was wrong. It was the map to Hera.
I don't. And oh yeah, so Chex already has a potion now, so he is potion glitching. We do not need to worry even about Bo today, at least for exploration purposes, except for getting to Helmasaur King himself. And a well-executed potion glitch there. And Chex is going to find out if that was worth it. Well, he can buy another potion.
And we're gonna, I guess, as Hager, we're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna see what is behind Maya.
Oh, this is fun.
Magic Boomerang coming in helpful for once.
Yeah.
Oh, here is Terra!
wow.
Hera!
Oh, that is a fun find. That is not something that typically happens. Of all the entrances, you still get a dungeon. I am chill. I don't know why you're talking about not chill, chat. Everything's great. I'm
We just
excited
super
about fun
hyped up.
race. It's fun.
Did you manage to catch what was in the dark rooms there in Pod?
I did not.
Looks like Check's gonna do Hammer Yum.
Yeah, makes sense. Only have 4 keys. This is one of the ones you can skip. Picks up 100 rupees. And he have yet another dark room. Small key to Castle Tower. Thank you, Adalor. So Dark Basement apparently had Meyer Small and a blue rupee. And Check's setting up a death warp to get back to the beginning of Pod. I imagine is probably just going to... Yeah. With no way to get to Helmasaur King, goes ahead and burns a key and is just going to do the drop down here. Well, I guess he's going to save one last key. Not do that other chest quite yet. But is going to go ahead and death warp here. I'm not sure I agree with that. I think I would have actually gone ahead and bombed the left side and then gotten both chests at once and just counted on getting one more key along with that big key. But he's going to hold on to that. And there's a reason that he's racing and I'm commentating. And there's Eastern Palace. We do have the big key for here. Still don't have the bow.
Looks like Pikachu finished up all checks in Skull. Oddly enough, though, I didn't see him do that one drop down where in older versions it was a guaranteed key. Because I don't. Actually, is there still a guaranteed key in entrance?
Yes, it is. So it might just be that didn't need it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. All right, just a big 20 so far in Eastern. And
Both in Eastern right now.
Yeah, which is nice because I missed what this first chest was.
It was a red rupee.
Oh, so just 2 red rupees so far. Okay. Big 40. All right. Checks very well, one of the easier teams. Hey, how about a mirror? That's a nice find. I'd say, just going to compliment the ease of which he does that pawn trick in the skeleton room. But yeah, Magic Mirror is going to be somewhat distracting, along with the third big 20.
This also means I have access to the flute now, if that gives him anything. Oh, and the checkerboard cave in Maya.
Yep. So the flute doesn't give logical access to anything since we already have a path into the Maya area. But that mirror definitely opens up several locations, including, Graveyard Ledge, Cave 45. If we can get over somehow to Mimic Cave, and even things like the left side of like the maze game area, where there's a door that ordinarily it's a you can get to from the other side of that 2-door building. We've also got the entrance in the light world where you come out of Bumper Cave and Mirror. All those can be very tricky locations if you are learning this mode for the first time, because they aren't places that you're used to being painful to get to, but suddenly they are.
Ice Rod, here we go!
And Trinex is now killable.
Yeah, and looks like Pika is about to pick that up as well.
Makes sense. One thing of note, by the way, is that we have yet to find a glove in this game. This seed has not done that. So, like right away, checks showing off exactly what I was talking about. Mirroring. And that is the Pyramid Fairy Cave. Doesn't really have anything too interesting for us today. And you're indeed right. Pika Pals is now going to dig himself up a Trinex killer.
Oh, check's going through Bumper Cave now, since he has the cave, so we can check what's on the other end of the connector.
Yep. And it is
Ooh.
the Dark Death Mountain Island. Swamp Palace map. That is very good mountain access.
K45 is a ferry.
As is the north side, the top side of Super Bunny Cave. And we got some small ferries in the top of Paradox. And Chex goes ahead and takes the plunge and finds the Meyer shed. And finds Ether, which completes our collective medallion set.
Pika Pals finds Aghanim Tower.
Ooh, that's spicy. That is 2 chests and also gets us access to that lumberjack hole. Welcome everybody from ZeldaSpeedRuns rating us here. We have an exciting Cross Keys entrance qualifier match going on. Got 2 of our best runners, Pika Pals and Chex Human, going at it. And you've come at a very exciting time. Both of our runners have found a lot of really important items. Not all items are shared by both runners yet, but collectively they could do quite a bit of damage. So it's really about which one of our runners finishes cleaning up what the other has done. I'd say Pika Pals is probably in a better position overall. Actually, I even had to take back some of what I just said. I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if Chex has anything that Pika doesn't at this point. Besides Ether Tablet. Or Ether Medallion. Not a tablet. You don't carry a tablet around. That would be really bulky.
Yeah, it looks like they're basically 1-to-1, aside from the GT checks.
Yep. Yeah, so Chex really needs to get back to Ganon's Tower in order to have a chance between these 2 runners. Also keep in mind, this is a full qualifier race. We actually have 24 runners, some really, really high quality runners going on. But we are focused on these 2 for now. And once we do eventually have a winner between our featured runners, we will talk to how the entire field looks.
And it looks like Chex is going back to GT right now.
Yeah.
Or not, okay.
He did, but he went the wrong way. Oh, he's done to take advantage of that mirror, and he's going to grab that flute.
Hopefully he does check GT though, because that's kind of vital, you know?
Yes, very much so. I imagine that he's probably going to check that Hera entrance first. And I fear he might go to East Death Mountain first as well.
A connector, isn't this one?
Yes, it is. And I think it might be a one-way connector too. It's not?
No,
Okay.
this one's
Well, it's a one-way connector if the other side of it is covered with a rock you can't lift. But fortunately, he actually does mirror back, and he could have gone back to the west side, but he jumps down instead. And he's in the Cuckoo Hut.
And there's a glove.
Wow, okay. Meanwhile, Pika Pals has paid off an APM to get access to the Brothers Hut. But that is our first glove at just over an hour into the game. And we were talking about
Checks
earlier.
is-
Yeah.
Let's go back to GT already. Oh, actually, he might.
Oh, right. Yeah. This is brilliant. He can now go to GT very, very quickly. Pika Pals is going to go ahead and kill himself a Trinex. Little Shotty didn't go and pick up that magic, but there's another jar right up here. And, yep. Okay, Pika is going to menu and use the hammer to at least take out the firehead. Going to go ahead and swing the sword for the ice head. Oh, does switch to hammer. And unfortunately, has to use a potion. That ice head's just started moving a little bit too fast. Typically, when Pikachu's fighting a turtle, he has a type advantage, but unfortunately, Trinex is fire ice type. Doesn't really help.
I mean, Pikachu can learn Surf, so you tell me. Oh, hello, Bo.
That is a very nice reward. I wonder, is Trinex actually an evolved form of Onyx and you de-evolve it? I have so many questions.
Okay, now it looks like Pika's gonna check the front side of. Yeah, this is convenient. Okay, now I see why they skipped it. It's kind of convenient. Lucky there was nothing that was required for Trinex, though.
Yeah, not so far. And picks up another GT small key. Probably a bit superfluous at this point, but just in case.
Also, oh yeah, he can also finish GT now as well.
Mm-hmm. With that bow, can climb up, get the rest of those chests, and kill Aga 2, and also gain access to whatever our last location is for a drop. I admit that I have not fully kept track of exactly what is missing there. Chex took a death, and I don't know if it was intended. I'm guessing not, because he saved and quit. And Pika does pick up that small key to Tower of Hera that we saw earlier on Chex's side.
So, front entrance of TR is in Kakariko, isn't it? Oh no. Cause it's also a thing now. Both Hera and both Eastern and Palace of Darkness, which you can finish.
Yes. Yeah, that's access to a lot of things. Trying to think. I don't think that we've seen Ice or Mire yet, correct?
Yes, you're correct about that.
Okay. But I think that's it at this point. I think we've seen every other dungeon now. And we know that Ice is a pendant.
So, the maze in Castle Tower, having the blue boomerang.
Mm-hmm. Seru in chat bringing up a good point. Pika is actually only a Titan's glove upgrade away. Granted, he doesn't have the power glove yet, so actually, I guess he just needs the power glove in order to gain access to Pyramid Fairy Cave. And who knows if that's going to be something that's required. You're right. It is only power glove required for that. Right. I knew that.
Small key on island to Misery Mire.
Mm-hmm.
That's a dungeon we have not seen much keys for at all, actually, is it? Oh, no, we've seen 2 keys for it.
And we have the big key. Not that you need keys for that dungeon, really.
Yeah, you only need one, and there's one that's always guaranteed in that dungeon.
Exactly. But you do need that big key, but that is out there as well. So it's just a matter of finding it, and I don't know, like, our runners might need to remember that the map button exists to see if it's needed. Like, it still blows my mind at this point that I don't think either of our featured runners have actually done a map check.
Okay, Pika's gonna finish off. Ethan.
Yep. Yep. And let's see here. That ice rod was in Dig Game. I'm guessing. I'm trying to remember if the mirror was required at all in order to actually gain access to fire and ice rod in order to actually beat Trinex. I don't think it was. So I think if you had routed this correctly, you could have actually done Eastern all in one go. Because I don't think that you needed mirror to get that ice rod.
Where was the ice rod again? Oh yeah, it was digging game. So yeah, you don't need it.
Yep. So that does not necessarily bode well for our runners in the overall race.
There's the other glove.
The other glove is on Armos Knights.
So now Pika can check Pyramid Fairy Cave.
You can. And that takes care of our beeping problem. And see, chat, our racers want to take care of you. I ain't sure it happened 15 minutes ago, but they were thinking about you. Oh, another thing that Pika Pals can do that we've had access to for a while, we can finish off Mothula. And Chex still really needs to get to Ganon's Tower. Is still finding ways to stay productive and get places, but it is definitely one of the major, differences why, an hour and 12 minutes in, Chex still has yet to actually complete a dungeon. Meanwhile, Pika Pals is fighting 4th boss. And while we don't know if this is a pendant or crystal, we do know it's another big key.
And we have found Swamp Palace, so Pika can do a bit of that. Not all of it, since they don't have the hook shots, but they can do everything except the back.
Absolutely, and that is a 4th crystal for Pika Pals. And knowing our luck, the hookshot's probably in Swamp Palace.
Pika could also have checked. I don't think they have checked, but they could have checked Thing Cave, the Kakariko Well Cave, where it is in the Vanilla Batcave area.
Oh, that's true. And Chex says no to the catfish. And it's going to whistle, and we can only hope that he goes to 1, but nope, he goes to 5. The unfortunate thing is that glove pickup by Chex just gave him a lot more checks to Chex.
Unfortunately. If I were in Check's position right now, I'd be feeling pretty hopeless.
Manages to find Ice Rod Cave. Just another big 20.
Yep, Check's gonna go check out Kiki and get his access to vanilla. His vanilla. His access to what's it called? The right exit of Desert Palace.
Oh yes.
Pika gonna get 1 item from Hookshot Cave,
Which could also potentially be Hookshot.
It really could, yeah.
Or it could be 5 rupees. And the left side of the brother's house comes out at Mimic Cave. Well, at the Dark World side of Mimic Cave, but Mimic Cave itself is just a shop. But this is still 2 more checks. Because you got the Dark World left side here, which is just a ferry. And then you can mirror here. Meanwhile, Chex is actually doing the Swamp Palace dive. And just
Pika's gonna be checking this side of Desert Palace.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so at this point, I'm guessing that Pika is mostly focused on still, finding the last 2 dungeons, and also needs to find that hook shot. I would not mind picking up, like, the lamp or something like that, although Pika is not someone who really needs that. And finally finds Pipe Cave. Chex found that much earlier. That's just how entrance goes sometimes. Just the way that these runners route it. And it also seems like we are rapidly running out of locations, especially on Pika's side.
The one place Pika hasn't checked is... Well, there's one place that they haven't checked, which is Palace of Darkness. I didn't even think they found it. Alternatively, they can also continue their climb up Ganon's Tower and get the hook shot, assuming it's there.
Yeah.
I've called all GT plays. I've called all GT items at this rate. So let's see if I'm right about that as well.
Okay, so we have yet another prediction. You are putting your Ganon's Tower undefeated streak on the line and saying that hookshot, which is a bold prediction because we know it can't be in that last chest.
Yeah, so it's like what?
Hookshot.
Two chests that
4.
I can check, isn't there? 4.
There's 4, I believe. No,
There's
3.
the 2 in the room with the mini Moldorms, and there's the one before Moldorm.
Yes, and then there's the last one. Okay. Yes, the Bonkrot Spy Bomb Shop did actually get checked. I don't believe it was anything important. I don't think anyone's checked King's Tomb. We did not have the right combination of items to get there earlier.
I don't believe anyone's checked Graveyard Ledge either.
I don't believe so either. We still have some mirror checks to do. I mean, Pika hasn't even gone over and gotten that that flute, but I wouldn't be surprised if Pika doesn't pick up the flute. Although it's a nice item for getting around quickly. And there's another
sword.
Yeah.
Yep, looks like Pika's going to Death Mountain, so they probably are going to get the flutes.
Unless they're just going to go ahead straight to GT and climb.
Guess we'll see.
I mean, finally getting a sword upgrade for checks is probably a decent consolation prize, but there's no question it was a consolation prize.
Oh, what's in Spike Cave location? Right. Well, I guess we're going to see anyway.
So the Spike Cave was, I think, so Light World Dark. I think it was the Dark World south of Bomb Shop. But I don't think that anyone actually went in because we didn't have a glove. Oh, but the actual Spike World. Oh, you're talking about the Spike Cave entrance.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Well, we just found it. It was Oh, there's Hookshot.
Hookshot in the library. That is. Oh wow, that find. Because especially if the. No, well, we know the mitts are not blocked because we know where both of the gloves are. So if you had the mitts, you could actually get to that pretty quickly. But it was glove locked.
And now it looks like Check's gonna go check the Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb.
Absolutely. It wouldn't surprise me if one of these is either Mire or Ice, one of our missing dungeons.
Yeah.
I was close. That was Icy. Not quite cold enough.
Oh, Pika's gonna find their Titans in a minute.
Indeed.
Potentially.
And absolutely incorrect again. So, yep. Mire and Ice continue to be.
Oh, yeah, it can be in the front of. It could be in the front area of Turtle. Yeah, front entrance of Vanilla Turtle Rock.
And for all we know, Ice Palace could be in GT entrance.
Yeah, because. Yeah. Oh, okay, there's the other glove of Pika Palace.
Indeed.
They're probably gonna, and since they now have Titans, they're probably gonna check the front. They will have to make their way up first, but they're probably gonna check the GT entrance, Turtle Rock entrance.
That would make sense. If they can easily get up there.
The medallion for Turtle Rock entrance was Bombos.
Okay, so they both required bombos. It just it's a matter of getting there. And Chex is going to go ahead and go into desert. But it's just the entrance to one of the caves. And you can see, for anyone who has Chex Human stream up, that there's a little bit of just a lack of glimmer in his eye at this point, as he goes back into Swamp Palace with his newly found hookshot. Meanwhile, Pika is saluting the duck. Chex also does not have that Swamp Palace big key. And going for his Bulldog Diver down.
Looks like now Pika's gonna go and check, Oh! Hello! They're gonna go get their, hook shots.
Yep. They will get their hook shot in about 5 seconds or so. And, correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm
well,
pretty
we
sure
don't
it's
know.
go mode.
I mean, it's not logical go mode, but I'm pretty sure they have everything they need except for the locations, because of Herapod.
But is Hera required?
I don't know. Although our tracker is starting to mark crystals. So
Yeah,
maybe
looks it.
they know something that we don't. Did we miss a map check? Oh, and Swamp is a crystal.
Okay, Misery Mire and DP Desert Palace are confirmed to be are pendants.
Okay, so we still don't have... Okay, so between all our runners, we now know. So because... Okay, I'm actually still a little bit confused on why we actually know some things are crystals versus pendants right now, besides ice.
Oh, Chex is making the play. He's making the play. He's doing the right thing.
Here we go. He's gonna be mad at himself. Okay, so Pika did a quick map check. Saw that Hera and Mire were crystals. That's what we missed. Or at least I missed.
I think looks like we both missed it.
Yep. So that the big question is, where is Meyer?
Wait, here it is. Here it is. Going to kick himself. Just look at his watch.
Yep.
Oh, well, I was expecting a bit of a better reaction, like Fury swipes or something, but you know.
Yeah. Chex keeps it pretty collected. But you can tell, it's like he knows that there's going to be a lot of runners that check that first. Meanwhile, Pika Pals escapes from a nest of angry combies and is surfing his way to the other side of the world.
Now, I believe Chex has checked here, hasn't he?
I think so. I could be incorrect, though. But it wouldn't surprise me. And no reaction to that fire rod either. Yeah, he has no time to waste on reactions. He's just going.
Jeffy, Ganon is chilling in Kakariko with everyone else.
He's doing well.
Just trying to live a peaceful, quiet life, but this Pikachu and this boy dressed in Peter Pan costume just won't let him.
We know who the real villains are here. It's like, yeah, Ganon's threatening our kingdom. No, Ganon never leaves his room.
Okay, looks like just blocked himself. Looks like Pika's gonna go check Turtle Rock.
Yep. Like I said, there's not that many entrances left. Ice is not required. We know that Meyer can't be behind that GT entrance because Meyer is a crystal, apparently. At least we... Yeah. Or a pendant. And Pika just completely missed the shot blocked by Pegs in Dark Village where Pod is. And that's going to be the story of Pika's race, depending upon when they finally find that.
Okay, so now this means that the only other locations I can think of is that Pod is in the is where the blacksmiths are in the Dark World. Dark World blacksmith house, blue chest house, you know.
That's true. Yeah.
And the pegs.
Yeah. So Pika is actually going to find something that Pika needs. Oh, did we? Yeah, we checked some of these. But yeah, some of the Titan stuff. I don't know if Pika opened up Meyer and found Hera.
Yeah, I think it was him who did it.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that makes sense. But is now going to come in here and clear it. I think Pika's feeling actually pretty confident about go mode because they're going for Herapod. Bombos is actually on the right side of GT, so Chex will have it momentarily. Oh, just got it, actually.
Yeah. Not given the plan, though.
Yeah. Chex is now flush with options. And we once again have relative parity between our runners. The major difference, of course, being Pika Pals not only has several more dungeons finished, also has a bow. Although, because of that left side swamp dive, Chex does have Tempered Sword.
Pika's in a go mode. Is kind of in go mode. Not logically, no, but considering what they can do, they technically are in go. Oh yeah, they do need the
Yes.
Path of Darkness entrance.
They are absolutely in inventory, item, and key go mode. And we know that our pendants at this point are Desert and Ice Palace and Mire. So, while our runners don't know the full picture, we do. Pika finds sick kid and gets a penny off of him. So another entrance we haven't checked, I don't think, is actually the back of Skull Woods.
I think you're right.
And we've already had one entrance be the entrance to another dungeon.
Looks like we're gonna get that confirmation now. Oh yeah, we did get this checked.
Yeah, you're right. We did. Although we can actually fully clear out Hookshot Cave now. Now, what would be interesting is if Chex finds the other bow. Instead, finds the Castle Tower.
You tried.
I know I did. I don't have the gift.
You put in your best effort. That's all that matters.
Is it? Shouldn't I get better? Okay, that got too deep. But you have enough of the gift for both of us.
Diver Down looks so good when it's executed so well.
And both of these runners just absolutely showing off their skill at this game. Yep. Frustrations aside for trying to find different entrances and things like that, these are two of the best Link to the Past randomizer players in the world. And Chex is about to kill Trinex and get a reward. He is quickly catching up. So, honestly, as much of a lead as Pika has at this point, it seemed insurmountable. But if Pika can't find Pod, then Chex absolutely can cut that lead down quickly. Chex does need to find Hera. Chex has done a lot of entrances, has eliminated a lot of possibilities. Now sees that he has that bow, has a lot more things they can do now. And just recently got that the Bombos tablet out of GT. So hopefully we'll think, hey, I should go check, Meyer and Turtle Rock entrances. And if he does, he will be rewarded with Hera. And Chex is doing the same routing that Pika did, beating Trinex, going back to the entrance, and going immediately in and getting these last chests.
Oh, here's my... Okay, goodbye, Maya.
Oh, wow. Meyer was in Bonk Rocks by Bomb Shop. I thought we had checked that.
I thought we did too, but apparently only in the Light World. Oh!
And the Light World was the Bomb Shop. And Pika must think that this must be where Pod is.
Because yeah, if they don't eventually go back to Thieves Town, they're gonna be pretty lost.
Yep, they have. You got to think they're gonna have to be lost because Pika Pals is very clearly playing like someone who believes that they completely cleared out Village of Outcasts. They are really like, this is a nitty gritty check at this point. Just finds Mimic Cave. Is going to go ahead and go back in and clear it. And gets rewarded with a very important item, not technically required, but it's dear to all of our hearts. It is the bug net.
All we can hope for now is that oh, he's going.
Well, this is the right direction. Pikachu used strength. Right
Yep, here
there.
he is. Let's check. He's on the right track, but he isn't.
Yes.
Although, can I just know we have not found a single male of the seed as well? I just realized that.
That's correct. We are maleless. That, and runners of this caliber with 13, 14 hearts. It's right there. Okay. Hold our breaths.
Okay. Yes!
Yes!
Okay, so now they just have to oh, I haven't even done anything in here.
Completely.
They can just are they just gonna
Oh, they're
yeah.
so gonna...
Yeah, they know what. Yeah, now they figured it out because they just worked it through process of elimination. That's all they need.
Yep. Yeah, so this will be Pika's final crystal. Still needs to go back to GT and climb. I would bet good money. It would not surprise me at all if Ice Palace is actually at GT entrance.
I think it is. I can't think of anywhere else can be.
We've pretty much seen everything else. We checked back up.
Yeah, back of Skull was the back of Bookshop Cave.
And Chex has cleared Thieves Town. Picking up his third crystal. And Pika is fighting Helmasaur King. I couldn't even begin to tell you what Pokemon type this is.
Well, I assume it's half dragon at the very least. Dragon Steel seems very reliable.
I was thinking maybe like a
Salam-
Dragon Rock or... although it does shoot fire. But that could be just a dragon part, yeah.
It's type lag. Good one, Adler. Good one. Yeah, he probably will need some potions to get the 24 spins.
Pika Pals has 7 crystals at this point. Is almost there. And he is about to rob Agana of his life savings. It's an interesting play, considering we believed that he didn't check any of Pod. So he's been in go mode, and yet going ahead and clearing out Agana's. It's an interesting play. Picks up a magic potion.
I can't believe he hasn't checked that yet. No,
Wow.
no. You need to finish GT first.
Oh, uh-oh. We're not wrong on that, right? You do need to do GT in this mode, right?
Do you?
Cross keys is fast.
Oh,
cannon.
cross.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, I knew the whole time. I was just testing you. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I didn't know. Okay. Well, this is gonna be it for Pika Pals here. But it is a Master Sword Silverless. So not using. Oh, ZSR bot. Thank you for spoiling. But there you go, people. So we do have a finisher.
But yeah, that's.
As was spoiled in chat for us, Farame has finished in first place. And so it does mean that Pika Pals has a very good shot at a very high time. Or high place, not a high time. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Truth be told, I already did look at the race room, so I know his placement. So, but I'm gonna keep quiet about it.
I have kept it quiet or kept it closed until we had a winner, just to make sure I didn't accidentally say something. Of course, the race room is going to be 15 minutes ahead, so one would hope that Pika Pals is already finished and we know placement there, along with other racers. Of course, DSR bot will be continuing to report on placements as we move forward and watch Chex Human finish up after.
Did you just see Ganon's hints?
I did not. What
Did you get the silver arrows from Trinex?
Uh-oh.
That's where we got the first bow.
That is where both of our players got their only bow. So the other bow was out there in logic somewhere that we just never checked.
Pikachu's doing a really good job managing this Ganon.
Okay, so apparently that is a entrance randomizer bug. So for all we know, the silvers are in Ice Palace. Or Mire. Or Desert Landmo. And Chex has taken down the dragon / question type. Granted, he's playing as Link, so it's not a Pokemon over there. Taking down Helmosaur King and picks up another crystal. The big thing for Chex at this point is that they still have not found Hera. They need to get to the Mire area and open up Misery Mire's entrance.
And getting there isn't really a problem, because that's where the old man is, but I don't think it doesn't look like they're going to check anytime soon.
Probably
and Ganon is down!
Yes. Get your GGs in chat. We are joined by the winner of our on-screen race and the third place overall finisher, Pika Pals.
Hey.
So, how about that pod entrance?
You know, surely that house doesn't exist, right?
It does exist, and don't call me Shirley.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Hmm.
Yeah, I have a bad habit of running past that all the time.
Well, we were sitting there, like when you walked past it and went over to the Pegs area, and we were like, okay, it makes sense that you're going there. Please think of it on the way back. And when you did, we were like, we were hooting and hollering.
Yeah, I forgot it existed until I ran over to Hammer Pegs and saw it while I was walking over there.
Yep.
Luckily, it appears on screen.
Yeah, between yourself and Chex, we have a fairly good lay of the land overall. What's there? Chex just beat Armos Knights and got his mitts.
Second glove.
Yep. So unfortunately, Chex actually did not go back to GT for a very long time. Was searching for other things because Chex still doesn't know where Tower of Hera is. Has not seen Ice or Mire. Granted, no one's seen Ice. We're fairly sure it's at GT.
Probably. I don't know how many other spots are left at this point.
But yeah, it was an exciting race, and you obviously have continued to do well. I know that you actually won a qualifying race earlier in the week, and now you finished third in this field of 24 pretty well-ranked players.
Yeah, thanks. These last two have definitely gone well. Much better than the first one, where I was near the bottom.
So was there anything in that seed that kind of stood out to you that you felt really good about, that you wish you could kind of take back?
For the most part, it went pretty well. Like, sub 150 on cross keys is always good. So, like, I was really happy with how the GT sequence break went, even knowing, like, everything that was back there was blocked by hookshot. Like, just, not having to go back later was really nice.
Yeah, you pulled that off really smoothly.
Yeah, most of the volume jumps aren't too bad. It's just getting up to the Dark Magician room can be tough.
Yeah, we were admittedly also cheering for there to be a bow on the right side so that you would have to, chain all three. Just go ahead and go up after finding everything you need. What was that
Uh,
feeling like when you actually got the stuff, everything you needed to do the right side on the left side?
You know, I was starting to laugh a bit when I got the Cane of Samaria, and then like the fire rod comes right afterwards, and then I guess I'm going to right side now. Guess I'm going to do all of GT out of logic. But luckily, there was no way I was climbing the top with the fact that all that stuff was hookshot locked. So
Yeah. Indeed. Chex has also finally just found the entrance to Mire. Both of you found that pretty late. Fortunately, both of you, by the time you found it, had already fully realized that you didn't actually need it. Although it
yeah,
did take you, admittedly, a maddeningly long time to actually check your map.
Yeah, who needs a map? Most of the information's not even there anyway. I still had to make a 50-50 gamble on whether Swamp or Mire was required.
Yeah, well, you chose wisely, and luckily Chex has finally opened up Mire, and he's going to be rewarded with the last dungeon that he needs.
Nice.
And Chex pulls off a really nice Harapot. And say,
That
go ahead.
Parapet looks so bizarre to set up. Well, I mean, the setup, like getting the pixels right to get the hook shot, is what I mean.
Pika, I believe you did it with before you found the hook shot, so it's a completely different setup.
Well, I found Hera the first time without the hook shot, but had to come back later because you can't Harapot without hook shot.
Oh, okay. Well, I should know these things. Yay. And now I do.
Yeah, unfortunately, hookshot is somewhat useful for hookshotting into the pot.
That makes sense. And it was a little bit of a troll location, that library behind the MITS block. But if you would...
Yeah, that hookshot also almost got left behind. I have a bad habit of running past those when I get the gloves too, so I was lucky that I thought about it when I was running over to Graveyard Ledge.
Yep. Alright, and Chex is now fighting Ganon. He's going to have a little bit easier time than you did with a Tempered Sword. That upgrade was on left side Swamp, which you obviously skipped. Chex was still looking for items, had not gone back into GT at that point.
Right.
Actually ended up clearing all of Swamp Palace bottom without hookshot. Was looking for that, and had to go back.
Yeah, that's not a good time.
Yeah, and without going back to GT, didn't have, Fire Rod, did not have Samaria, did not have Bombos. We still don't know where Silvers were because the game is glitching and telling us it's at Trinex. We're assuming it's either in Mire or Ice, possibly on Landmos. Yeah, there were some fun things in here. It's always fun when there's a vanilla entrance and something as big as Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, that was. I don't think they randomized Hyrule Castle very well. It also had the map for itself.
Yep. The GT Big Key being in the Hope Room.
Yeah, that too.
That's pretty fun. And then Sahas ended up in his house.
Yeah, I guess that's true, huh?
Yep. And Ganon is down for Chex Human. GG's in chat for Jex Yeoman, who has finished in 7th place and is joining us now. GG Chex. Thought I heard the ping.
You did. I heard it as well.
Yep. It's in here, but we don't hear you yet. And there he goes. All right. Checks coming through now.
Doesn't sound like it.
Hello.
Nope.
GG.
Hey,
Hello.
there you are. GG.
GG.
Good game, well played.
Thank you.
All right. So the tail of the tape for you, you managed to find a lot of things earlier than Pika in your search for everything that was in Ganon's Tower. But that was probably the big tail of the tape for you overall, is just unfortunately did not go back to GT for a while.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yep. But overall, it seems like a pretty fun, solid seed. You still, 7th out of 24. It's a good crowd. Not too bad overall.
Yeah, not too bad.
Is there anything stood out to you in this seed? Anything that you wish you would have done differently? Anything that you're like proud of?
I cannot think of anything I'm proud of at this moment, but the Swamp Palace hookless into next check at being a hook shot was pretty unlucky, I feel. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's nice that I forgot about Meyer, because maybe I would have searched that if I had found. So that was Dark World, Link's house bomb shot bunk rocks.
Yep.
So
Both of you did that. Both got it late, but both knew you didn't need it.
yeah.
We were admittedly a little bit worried, but we knew there were only so many entrances left for you to check to find where Hera was.
Yeah. I was a little bit frantic because I knew that others had already finished and
Yeah.
mitts were on a boss. So it just felt like I just had to go to random locations. I don't know. I was in Meyer a lot this seed, and it was dumb that I couldn't check it with Bombos earlier.
Well, that Bombos was in GT, so once again,
Oh yeah. Right.
yeah, it reared its ugly head.
Yeah, I don't feel too bad about that. It was just I was doing a lot of backtracking.
And we feel pretty confident between the two of you that Ice Palace was very likely at GT entrance, so never a place you were going to have to actually go.
I was so suspicious of the super bomb at leading to something at Pyramid, but I guess
Yeah,
not.
same.
Yeah, Pika Pals actually did check it.
Wow.
Yeah, I was after my first two crystals were both the red crystals, I assumed that something would be there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Pod was not there.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was what Pika had lost. Found it
Gotcha.
pretty quickly after getting myths.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
honestly,
Oh.
not the worst location to miss. Like, it meant I didn't full clear Pod, so
Yeah,
that's the
Yeah,
benefits.
for sure.
because you had a lot of keys, and granted, you have to have a lot of keys for pod just because of logic. So if you find it early and you have the keys, as happened to you, Chex.
Yeah.
Pika, I did want to ask you one more thing. Just I realized you actually, after clearing all of the crystal dungeons, took a little bit of extra time out to rob poor Agana of his life savings. I was curious if there was a specific motivation for checking it, because you completely, go moded Pod at that point. I was a little surprised to see you still checking a few things.
Yeah, I was mostly just checking everything that was kind of sort of on the way. Like, Pod's weird because it has a ton of stuff, but, like, nothing's on the way to the boss.
No, it's true.
But then, yeah, I really wanted another sword or silvers because Fire Rod Master Sword Silverless is kind of scary.
Yeah, with I don't think you had half magic either, right?
No.
Yep,
Let's-
so you did
let's
at
do
least
two
get that,
potions.
Yep, you got the potions. That makes sense. But yeah, both of you finished a Cross Keys entrance in sub 2. So always a quality, time with that. Fear Aim ended up being our overall winner, followed by Hitsuyan, and Pika then got third. And we are up to 10 people finished in chat, and a few more that have not been cleared because of obviously the 15-minute delay. And unfortunately, we did have a couple of forfeits today. It's understandable. This was the 9th qualification race? Yes. So yeah, this is the first race in the second half. So we have 16 total.
Hmm.
I don't know. If memory serves, 5. Everyone can do 5. Is that correct? Or am
I want to say it's 4, but I don't really know for sure.
Has anyone who actually... Okay, it's 4 to participate. So hopefully we will look forward to seeing both of you in future races. I hope that you're not quite done.
Of course, this is my first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I'll keep going.
That sounds promising.
Yeah, thank you both for commentating.
Oh, it's our
Appreciate
pleasure. Thank you for an amazing race. You put on a great show. Did you have any final thoughts about the seed before we go ahead and check off for the evening?
No thanks.
No, it's been a fun race, so.
Okay, thank you so much for racing for us. Thank you for our tracker for the evening. Seru and Alador were tracking for us tonight. Thank you to ZeldaSpeedRuns 2 for hosting our stream. And thank you, Nika, for commentating with me tonight.
No worries.
It's time to wrap it up. GG's Peak Pals and Chex Human, thank you so much for agreeing to be on Restream tonight. Also, thank you to my commentators, Stage Dom and Nika, and also our trackers, Savory UX and Adalor. Thank you. We do have the next qualifier will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, 1400 UTC, and I believe we're still looking for some volunteers for that, especially commentators. So if anyone wants to consider, it would be much appreciated. And
if anyone who volunteers for that gets the lovely time of co-commentating with Dr. Bob Tasker.
oh yeah, that's right.
That
Yes.
That is a great time.
Yes. Forgot about that. So I guess we'll wrap things up since it's getting late, at least where I live. So thanks everyone for joining us. Again, thanks to all the volunteers and GG's to all the runners, and we hope to see you soon. Bye.
Good night.
Take care.